Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going. Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks.
Okay, guys, so just before we re-air the Know Before You Go episode we recorded for WIRL, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Dreambox. This episode was brought to you by Dreambox, the agency that is helping restaurants grow digitally, and you can find them at wearedreambox.com. In the right place?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you are, but
what are we doing today?
We're going to host a podcast on a webinar. Who doesn't love that?
So who's the guest? They didn't tell us who was coming. I'm looking here.
I mean, it could be any of these people. There's a lot of people
Chrissy
in here.
from Trayvon. Let's see. Oh, Brittany, the new intern, Satine's old job. I see Sonia from Shakey's. We've got Culver's, Jim and Nick's. Oh my God, there's so many people here. Hi, you guys.
And lots of different brands.
Oh my God. Yes, this is so cool.
Chat to us too. I think they can tell us questions and like put questions and stuff in, but we're excited that you're all here. This is exciting.
Yeah. So, we are going to be doing the podcast today as just the Know Before You Go. And it's going to be all of you guys are actually the guests. So if you haven't seen the podcast,
you're missing out, and it's going to be one heck of a ride. You're going to be really surprised about what happens today if you've never listened to us, which I imagine you all have by now, because we talk a lot every week, in fact. So
funny. Well, Saltine's going to come on in a minute and make sure everybody is like, do all the housekeeping and that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, I'm looking down the list to see, who we know that's here. And, hi, Drew, Jen Johnston. Oh my God. So many of our friends. This is so cool. Yay. I'm so excited. So Erin, should we bring in Satine?
Yeah, I think we absolutely should. Also, great outfit, guys.
Hey, I cannot wait to see y'all, everyone in the chat, and Tammy and Erin. I'm so excited for next week. And I just thought, two things. First, let me have y'all take over the WIRL webinar series. Let's warm up for WIRL next week together with a How to Conference Like a Pro webinar / Bite-Sized&Bossy podcast. But also, I wanted to give Sam the day off. I'm going to be your producer today. And before we get rocking and rolling in our amazing furs, I've got a couple housekeeping tools. All right. We've got a couple technical things I've got to show you guys. So resources today can be downloaded in the resource widget. You can get access to the Women in Restaurant Leadership event website, which I'm sure a lot of you have already seen. But you can also check out some links to the Bite-Sized&Bossy podcast. If this is your first time spending a little bit of time with Erin and Tammy, you have got some catching up to do. And I think this is a great thing to listen to while you're on your flight to Charleston. Now, today, you can submit questions using the Ask Question widget. Just make sure, Tammy wanted to make sure that they're G-rated, all right? Keep them clean, keep them professional, all right?
Feel free to send the love.
I am done with PG-13.
Nothing crazy. If we have time today, we're going to get to your burning questions about conferences and all of the things that have to do with conferences. I'm going to be in there asking what shoes I should bring. And you'll see. We'll do a poll. What shoes should I wear on stage next week? But, and I see a lot of you are already using the attendee chat. You can pop questions in there. You can engage with us. You can talk. You can say, Tammy, I love your fur. And anyways, you can also expand the slides with the icon in the top right corner. It can make us bigger or smaller on your screen, however you like it. Now, if the uncontrollable happens and you need to troubleshoot, refreshing your browser will solve most of your problems. You can close the app, you can close browser tabs, you can click help in the top menu for these steps, or worst case scenario, you can call me. You can ask for help via the Ask Question widget. And that's all I have to say. Tammy, Erin, I'm pulling it back to y'all.
Okay. Well, it's just so weird that it's not Sam and we don't have our headsets on and he's not in our little ear. But
I mean, our headsets that I never wear.
so this would normally be where we would like play the theme song, right?
Can you sing it? Just sing it.
Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the rank, handing out deposits, something in our banks.
Oh, you don't know our theme song, Tammy?
I forget.
To be fair, that's why I asked you to sing it. No, yeah. But it's catchy. We've heard that people really do sing it. So there will
people really do like it.
We will. And guess what? We are going to attempt to release this as a podcast too, which is pretty exciting as well. But
so let's kick it off. Let's do our thing.
Well, I'm Erin.
And I'm Tammy.
And this is Bite-Sized and Bossy.
Erin, who's our guest today?
Well, like we kind of set this up for, our guest is all of you guys. So all of you guys watching and listening, this is meant to be interactive. Right in. I mean, you guys can talk to each other too, but we prefer you to listen to our beautiful voices. And then our guests are Tammy and I. And so we're here to talk about like how to not die at a conference. I mean, we gave it a better name than that. How to survive. Yeah. That was more positive, I suppose. But that's what we're here to talk about. So I'm really excited about that.
Hold on. I heard there were like 200 people that had RSVP'd, which might be the most people we've ever had listen to our podcast, especially live. So they might not know us. So I feel like we should do a really quick intro. Like, who, Erin, tell us about you, but like the 60-second version.
I'm so glad you asked. Well, all right, 60 seconds. I grew up in small town Illinois. That's where we're going to start, but it'll still be 60 seconds.
Let's start with like, what do you do in the industry? Who are you? Why do they want to know you?
Okay. So I spent 10 years in casinos, then Wingstop, then Freebirds, then Marcus Hotels and Resorts, built a hotel, an arts hotel with a theater in it, very exciting. Then Del Taco, Jack in the Box, Museum of Ice Cream, did some consulting. And now I'm still working in consulting and it's amazing. And that's a little bit about me. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. Oh, and I co-host and co-founded Bite-Sized&Bossy with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like, all right, you tell us about you.
Oh, about me? Okay. So let's see. I come from the client side, not as many cool clients as you, but made the move to the tech side about 10 years ago. And I will not list off all the tech companies that I work with because my friends joke that I can't keep a job when the reality is that I just have no attention span and always want to do new, exciting things. But right now I lead business development for Signal Flare AI, and I work with a bunch of other startups and co-founded this podcast and co-founded another women's group with Crystal Craven, if you're on there, or Lauren Selman, if you're there. And we have participated in the last couple WIRLs, and I was on the founding board. Claim to fame, last year I got an award for convincing the most people to come to this event.
You got like an entire bottle of alcohol, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even get to drink it though, because how was I going to take it back to California? But that's okay. That is okay. Somebody enjoyed it.
I feel like that was longer than 60 seconds, just so we're clear.
Well, I wasn't timing you either, but okay, so let's get some questions going. But in the meantime, let's talk about WIRL. So Erin, since you have worked for all of these fast food companies, we will just refer to you as an operator. And how do you prepare for an event like this as an operator?
Well, so what I've learned is not as well as you guys do on the vendor side, because I mean, just preparing, to be fair, for this webinar and the amount of prep work you did, and I showed up and went, what are we going to talk about? So on the operator side, I look for the challenges I already need to solve. They usually align with my strategic objectives or things that I knew that I wanted to make connections on or learn more about, whether from peers or I want to meet with certain people to discuss the product.
So you actually go through the agenda?
No. I think about the agenda.
And then I flip through it very last minute. For the agenda? What do you mean you don't look at the agenda?
I mean, I look at it, but like, one, I usually look to find myself first. That sounds really egotistical. It's not. Like, I just want to make sure my name's spelled right. And
you
then
make sure you can get in, that you're not waiting outside the club.
Yeah. And then I usually send some emails that say like, am I on this list? Am I supposed to go to this? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I look at all the brands that are going to be there and figure out like, all right, which of those brands align with people I'd like to talk to or meet? who's going that I already know that'll be there, so that when I have the social anxiety, which we can talk more about walking into the room.
Hold on though. But when you say people that you want to know, so when you're looking at the guest list, like, which by the way, everybody, I downloaded the app this morning. It is WTWH Media, I think. And then you select the Women in Restaurant Leadership event. And I had my first message waiting for me from Miss Allie Haskell. So the best way to find out who is going to this event is to download the app, because we didn't even know until a day or two ago.
I love that they have an app. And like, I'm going to be honest, I always go in with such high expectations that I'm really going to utilize the app and it's going to help organize me. And once you get there, it's just like time flies. But like, I'm different because I'm on an operator. So I think I've already seen that it's vastly different than how you handle this, because is a lot of work. So how do you tackle this?
Well, I'm also like a type A, right? So I produce an entire agenda from the time that I leave to the time that I come back home that says like where I'm supposed to be, who I'm supposed to meet with, the things I need to do, because I'm there working, yes, I'm there to have a good time. And anyone who knows me knows I'm generally having fun. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And as a vendor, it means that I often need to reach out to people like you, operators. I mean, did we ever figure out when we met? Did we figure that out?
No, I was like having a brain aneurysm trying to think about that yesterday. And like, we know it was years ago.
So we think we met in like 2016-ish, which I was working at Marketing Vitals vendor, and Erin was.
Didn't I meet you on the trade show floor?
Probably. I think it was somewhere around NRA because it was my birthday. It's always my birthday around.
I have a video of singing to you. I'm pretty sure I do, at that like one place that isn't even open anymore in Chicago.
Okay, so basically, the heads up here is for all of you ladies that you could meet your future bestie podcast co-host at this event.
Yeah, so like that's why we knew this was going to happen 7 to 8 years ago, probably. But also, when Tammy's a type A, I'm a type like B plus, and so when she puts together this agenda, I just borrow it and slot in what I need to do, and then I have a built agenda.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. So I do the pre-work, but I know that there are some things that you really hate about conferences. So tell me how you feel, like, how do you meet new people and how do you engage with them?
Well, first of all, when I walk into a conference, I honestly have social anxiety. Like get
really bad. She thinks no one's going to like her or talk to her or be her friend. And she tells me every one of the thoughts that goes through her head.
And it's like that little hidden voice in the back of your head that's like, no one really will like me. And I'm not great, or I don't look good enough. And then, and I usually text like 3 people would be like, where are you? Can we walk in together? And then I walk in, and within like 30 seconds, that's gone. But it happens every time. And it's just that little imposter syndrome where you go, do I belong in this room? And I'll tell you, I do belong in that room.
Yeah.
And I have the best time, but that voice still creeps in. So it's a little nerve-wracking. But then, like, I've seen you do this too, where like, we just walk up and start talking to people. Now, to be fair, I have legit been told that they're like, what are you selling? I'm like, myself? I don't know. Nothing. I'm on the brand side, but I think it's surprising that even on the operator side that I'm willing to walk up and just chat with people, whether I don't care who you are. I want to get to know who you are either.
Yeah.
Right, so
we got a question. Having never been to this conference and knowing nobody going in, what is the best way to meet people that are independent 4-unit operators in the CEO, CFO positions that I can learn and grow with? So basically, how do you meet people that you potentially can learn from or grow from? I can ask, do you want to answer it? I have some thoughts too.
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, because I do the research. So this to me is a research question. You'd want to find out who's going in advance. Otherwise, you might just holler, is anybody a CEO or CFO?
I mean,
it works well after a few drinks. So I would research in advance so that you know some people that you might want to reach out to. And I would try to hit them up in the app. And if not, when you arrive, find people like Satine, people like myself, people like Lauren Selman, and people like Crystal and Erin that do know a lot of other people here, and ask one of them to help you find some of those folks. Just ask. Raise your hand.
I don't do enough of the research, as we clearly know, but that's what I do is I walk into the room and, like you said, like I go find someone I know and I say, I'm looking to meet this person. Have you seen them? And usually that person, if they haven't, they know someone who would know where they're at. And then we play Where's Waldo?
Yeah. Well, you see that I have my little costume on, but what are you wearing to this thing? What do you usually wear to conferences? Like, what's your go-to? What do you respect when other people wear?
Obviously, I wear Great Gatsby dresses all the time as my normal conference attire. No, that was...
You're going to get a dress, though, right, for the Olo party?
Yes.
Yes, by the way, the Barbie party was the best part last year. Well, not the best part. There were some great parts. Come on.
No, the Barbie party was pretty amazing. And we have some amazing photos from it, too. And this year with I knew flapper dress. Okay, I went on Amazon. I found... basically a Halloween costume. I ordered it. I had to try it on. I had to have my daughter try and zip me into it. Thank the Lord it fits. So I'm covered. I got this. But I didn't get the memo to wear it here today. But you look stunning.
I was being silly. And also I bought it, so I got to make use of it. But I would highly encourage people to dress up. If you can, if you're one of those people that hates dressing up, you can buy a silly headpiece and call it a day. But it becomes a conversation. You can ship yourself an
Amazon one for like $30. So it's not like the end of the world here on price, but there are like some like $200 ones too. And I saw what some of these other women are wearing, and they like rent the runway their dress to themselves. So
yes, Julie Zucker, if you're out there, she is a rent the runway gal. She looks fantastic at every conference, and that is because she goes online and essentially rents an outfit. So
yes. And like to answer the question on clothes, like I'm typically a business casual person, like, or a suit with a nice shirt under it, but like a casual suit. I'm not wearing a lot of color. That's not my thing. I think there's someone else like you that enjoys a good color. Is that right?
No, I mean, no, I'm like a color block person. You'll never see me in a pattern. Like Satine's little leopard thing is really cute on her, but I can't do it.
Well, I bet you would look stunning in it.
Oh, well, okay. So what about shoes? Because this for me is a big thing. I go to a lot of conferences and I completely stopped wearing heels. One, because they're uncomfortable. COVID taught me that. And two, because standing on those floors and walking around in them is just crazy. And I'm like, dudes just wear tennis shoes. So I just wear tennis shoes, or even Birkenstocks. I rock the Birkenstocks.
So I've always worn heels up until last October, where I fell off my foot and broke my foot.
What happened last October? You should tell that story really quickly.
I was walking and missed the curb, twisted my ankle, went down on it, fell on my it was a whole thing. And thought I was okay, more embarrassed than anything. Ran up to my hotel room. And then the next morning I had to present. So I got up, got ready, put my heels back on, went down, presented, and then I went to the emergency room.
On a broken foot. You walked down from your room all the way to the stage, did your presentation for an hour in heels and on a broken foot. Yes. Why the hell did you do that?
And not like a little broken, like it's pretty broken to the point where I just went back and she's like, this type of break usually takes about a year to heal. However, I did get cleared to go back to dancing and like put heels back on as long as I can tolerate them. And I had broken, like part of my tooth had broken off into my lip. It was a whole ordeal. But the reason I did it is because the show must go on. Like, okay, that's just what you do. You step up, and as leaders, we make commitments. And I probably was in shock too, let's be honest. But
you were definitely in shock.
So, I mean, thank God for you and everybody that supported me through that. So I appreciate it. But now I will be wearing mostly flats. I might rock a wedge or two occasionally.
Something
But
safe, something that you're not going to fall on.
I make no promises, knock on wood. So I'm not the best walker in the world. I've done it for years. But so you're wearing flats. I feel comfortable now wearing flats, wearing like Converse with a suit. Doesn't look bad. Plus,
Yeah, I'm a big
walking.
fan of the jeans and either a nice blouse or like a t-shirt and a blazer over it with some nice shoes. So I would always just encourage my gals to be comfortable. And if you are dressing to the nines for this event, you are dressing for the other ladies and for yourself.
Yes. Although some women rock it and they love to do that, right? Like, and they feel comfortable with whatever they wear, and you're going to be accepted no matter what you wear. I don't really care what you're wearing as long as you're a great human to talk to.
Yeah, Maya says to be sure to put in the inserts. So we'll take that piece of advice there too. So, Erin, what activities are you doing at this event? Did you know there's activities?
So also
did you read the
on
schedule? Did you register for activities?
I feel like you told me about it and then I did it. But I'm going to go on a carriage ride because I've never been on one.
I'm going to go on one too.
So I've been on like the Central Park, New York City one, but like I love a good horse-drawn carriage. That's what I assume this is, by the way. And I hope it is. If not, I'm going to be very sad. So Satine, I hope there's a horse and it draws a carriage.
If not, Satine can actually take you on the horse. She's into horses.
Yeah. I would love to ride the horse too. Whatever. If we have to pull a few strings, it's fine. But that's what. Are you going to do this with me, Tammy?
Do what? The carriage?
Not ride the. You don't have to ride the horse if you don't want.
Yeah,
but like
I'm not
on the
ride
carriage.
the horse. Yeah. So we're going to go on the carriage ride, but I also heard there's a jail tour that I think Synergy Suites, like theirs was sold out.
Isn't there a haunted thing?
It's a haunted thing, yeah. So if you are not registered for some of these events, try to get into something. It's just a great way to meet people in a non-threatening environment, And so those of you that are especially coming for the first time or don't know anybody, buddy up as soon as you can because it will help make your conference experience better. Do not hide in your room. Try to get on one of these things. Find yourself in a bar. Sit down with a group, like all of those things. What do you say, Erin?
I agree with you. And I think the more you go out, like I struggle when people come to a conference and they're like, ooh, I've been in my room all day working. And I'm like,
yeah.
Why are you here? Like, I understand emergencies happen, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times people don't plan ahead to like block off certain parts and let the team know. Like going to a conference is still learning. It's still education. Like there's so much to this. And so like, Tammy, like I know you have a packed schedule. So like, I doubt there's a lot of other stuff you're getting done except for this is work, right? So
this is work for me. And I treat it that way. I like what I do, so it's easy to have fun doing it. But I clear my schedule. I'm worried about you. Are you clearing your schedule?
I'm doing the best I can. I mean, I just made that statement, and then I have to take my own advice. So, but yes, I'm working on it. So I've let everybody know.
So, Erin, you're really charming and easy to talk to, and I know how much you love small talk. So, what do you do when you what are the things you talk about when you first meet someone?
So, I like to dig in deep real fast. So, like whatever I notice, like I want to talk about that. But what I struggle with, let's just call about all the things that drive me nuts. Which now you're all going to say them to me next week.
Yeah. Please do.
Hey, it's hot here, isn't it? How's the weather in Wisconsin? That's where I'm from, y'all. But like, how's the weather in Wisconsin? It's cold. How's the weather in Florida? But it's warmer than here. So like that, I struggle with that because like that doesn't go anywhere until you start really talking and getting past the surface level.
You just want to know like immediately, like, were you abused as a child?
Yeah, just like let's dive right into our family trauma. But like that, and like people will be like, "How are you?" I'm good. Oh, that went nowhere too. Okay, so like say how you really are. My feet really hurt. The shoes suck, or like whatever it is, so we can dig in.
Say how you really are. Tell them immediately all of the things that are happening in your life that are amazing and awful.
But instead, I'm going to learn about weather next week. I already know you're all going to be like, "How's the weather in Wisconsin?" I'm going
okay. Well, on that note, have you checked the weather yet? Do we know?
No, I have no idea.
Something about the Olo party being outside, but they have a backup plan. So
why is it hot or cold? What is it?
Well, I don't know, but if it is outside, my advice to ladies is I would definitely wear some of them sneakers with your dresses or flats, because if it is anywhere near grass, your heels will be sinking through.
What's chilly? Like they're saying it's going to be chilly. What's chilly mean? Like
chilly is relative. Like chilly to me in California is like 65. What's chilly to you?
Chilly would be like, I don't know. I was outside in shorts in like 35-degree weather the other day. So like kind of cold.
Yeah,
but
I would be dying.
You do die when you come to Wisconsin. You're like, it's cold. I'm like, it is not. It is like 60. We're doing great.
Let's see. So
they said 57, 63. Oh,
yeah. So someone asked about the Mentor Mixer. So the Mentor Mixer put on by Gleam is just another opportunity to essentially meet folks. And it's the opportunity to become a mentor to some folks in the industry. And if you are somebody who's looking for a mentee or wants to know more about Gleam, that would also be a great place for you to go. Oh, yes. And I'm seeing someone put a note here. There's a self-defense class. Erin, you should take that.
Hey, what are you trying to say about? I could take you. Like, come on.
I think you should take Satine's self-defense class, mostly because it's early and I can't do it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get out of bed that early.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not, maybe Satine. I can sign up and now show if you'd like. But hey, do you remember, not to completely go off my rocker, but this is what a normal podcast is like.
This is what it's like.
Do you remember like AIM, like AOL Instant Messenger? I'm dating myself, y'all. But remember like people would introduce themselves. And so someone just wrote 42F. And my first thought was, oh, you're a 42 female. Like that, because that's how you introduced yourself on the AIM chats, right? Like, and so I know now, because it took me a second to be like, oh, you meant 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Got it. Okay.
So, well, yeah. Well, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about some of the flow of this event too. So it looks like Tuesday is really like, I mean, at least for me as a West Coaster, it's a travel day. Wednesday is sort of probably like travel day for some of the East Coasters. And then we've got
the carriage ride.
What?
When's the carriage ride?
The carriage ride is on Wednesday. Erin and I are going to be doing a bunch of live podcasts actually Wednesday morning. We got everybody signed up. Thanks, gals, for reaching out. And we'll air those after the event. And then that evening is the essentially opening keynote. And I think it's Tony. I don't know how to say her name. Is it Ronane or Ronan? Do you know?
That sounds close.
Oh no, but she seems like a baddie. I mean, I checked out her background and wow, I'm super excited to meet her and hoping she will do our pod also. And then Thursday is basically like the meet day. That is like full day conference. Cancel your calendars. Don't be up in the room. Too. What was happening then?
You said it's the meat day, so there's also vegetables. Like, I just don't want to alienate any vegans out here.
That's right. You're in restaurants. We can't have that veto vote. Let's see. What else do we need to know? And then Thursday night will be what's the dinner? It's the awards dinner.
The awards. That's the awards.
I want to know who's getting awards. So I think I submitted people for awards, and Satine said she got like 200 submissions
for 3 awards. I think it's 3 awards.
I think we need to come up with more awards for next year, and we should all be brainstorming that. Yes?
Yeah, okay. I completely agree.
Let's see. How do you choose which breakout session you're going to go to? Erin, you're in a session. What's your session? Just sell it.
I think it's the career playbook. I can't remember. It was a long title, but it's about the career playbook. And I have a group of amazing women that when we had the kickoff call for this session, I literally I was crying, like it was open, it was honest, like everybody brought their emotions to the table and was real. And so I was so impressed that I was like, I just want to listen to these amazing women. Like, I don't know what I'm doing up there with you, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, just come to ours. That's how I would pick it.
Well, there's 3 other sessions happening at the same time. So on the meat and vegetable day, there are several different workshops to choose from. So choose your favorite, or if one's full, hop into another. I'm sure you'll get the cliff notes from some of our friends. Very important question has come through. I need to stop the podcast quickly. how are they going to get ready for the Gatsby event when they are in a session?
Just get ready early and wear it to your session.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I figure I'm just going to put it on and go down, and because I don't have time, and I'd rather maximize my time with a drink in my hand.
Yes. A nice cocktail.
Yep. So yes, you'll be totally fine on that. Let's see. I'm looking at some of these questions. Tony is a baddie. Yes, yes, yes.
I agree.
Okay, Erin, keep going.
I know. Sorry, I got you talked about the questions, and then I was like, oh, I looked too, and then rabbit hole. Well, so we have lots of different sessions, and we talked about networking sessions. Like, you have to learn something. Like, so I always try and have takeaways put together of like, what did I learn? And I have to take notes because anymore my brain isn't what it used to be. It doesn't seem like. So remember to take those notes, because it seems like it's such a wild ride at these conferences that I come out and I take notes on my phone or leave voice messages in chat and have it organize it for me. Because we come out of these things and I'm like, I swear I met that person. What was their name? What did they do?
I do the same thing. I take a lot of pictures of badges, and actually, speaking of badges, I am bringing my Drew's beads. I've been working with Drew. We had her on the podcast to create some badge bling, just so that we can snazz up these lanyards, and so we're not like looking like we've got like 10 chains and things hanging on our necks. So, I think that is I think they've got 100 that they're going to be giving away at the Olo party. So it's going to be first come, first serve. You won't want to miss that. Other things to wear, layers, I'm hopeful that these rooms aren't freezing, because they're always freezing.
Yeah, I always wear layers. That's why I wear a lot of suits, so I can take the jacket off. And then whenever I think I'm going to be freezing, I'm like sweating because it's probably a hot flash at this point. But also, Drew, if you're listening, Drew, I need a new one and I was like so silly. Remember, Tammy, when I was like tried to take mine off and you go, I said, what do I do with it? And you said, clasp it together and it's a necklace. And I went, oh. And it is. It's super cute necklace, actually.
Truly brilliant on her part. So definitely layers in the cold room. Drew's Breeze. We've talked about what to wear. We've talked about the activities that are happening. We've hit on the event. Ladies, do we have any other questions? Otherwise,
Tammy, what not to do? We didn't cover what not to do.
Do not get wasted and make a fool of yourself. Do not go up and profess your true feelings, whether they're good or bad, for a colleague in the industry. That happened to me at an event recently.
The true feelings, good or bad?
Well, I will say that it was not my favorite moment of the evening.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that for you. Yeah, when people have like real word vomit, you're like, that could have been an insight thought for you. But
or it could have been a private conversation, or like, did you really need to do that? So I think we're here to have fun. You don't have to like everybody in the room, but there's really no reason not to be kind, right? Everyone.
Someone just said what to pack: Tylenol and sleep aid. I totally agree with that. Like, you never realize, like, if you ever need anything at a conference, come find me, because I have the whole mom kit. I have Tums, Pepsid, like, what do you need? I got you covered, right? Like, you need hydration, here's some like liquid IV, like whatever's going through your head. But we all go through that. And so like looking out for one another, so that if you say to someone like, I just have a splitting headache today, they can be like, oh, I have ibuprofen right here you go. So I mean, I'm not a drug dealer. I could be one, but no.
Yeah. So. Kennedy asks, this is her first time. I'm 24 and I'm just getting into going to trade shows and learning do's and don'ts. Is there any advice you wish you could give your past self? Well, we'll call this food for thought. It's a segment we do. So while she's thinking of that, I will give my answer. So my advice to my younger self would be, don't wear the heels. And also, I set a really good rule for myself that nothing good happens after midnight. There's no deal that's going to get done. There's no, nothing great is going to happen after midnight. So that's my pumpkin time. I have to go home.
Unless you enjoy people watching, in which case a lot of good happens after midnight. If you're just like an observer.
What advice
how
would
would
you
I
give
answer?
your younger self?
Well, I would say just be kind. Be kind to everyone. It goes back to everyone's fighting a battle we know nothing about. And so the more you can be kind and assume that people are trying to be kind, right? Think the best of people when they walk up and introduce themselves to you. And I always say, like, when you walk out of there, you might have made 10 new friends, maybe 100 new friends, but that's what we're here for, is we're here to network. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. We're here to have some fun too, because we're not rocket scientists over here. No one's going to die today if the burger doesn't get made. I mean, maybe, but like,
I would say we're not curing cancer.
Right. Like, let's have some fun while we do this and really get to know each other. And last year, Tammy, I will tell you, I was my first year of WIRL and I was scared to walk in. I was scared.
Yeah, she was. And she knows me and a bunch of other people. And she was like, I don't know. What am I going to do?
It was like, I've never been to girl camp before. I've only ever been to like conferences that are 92% men. So like, I'm used to 92% men. I didn't know how I was going to be able to handle almost 100%. I mean, they allow men too, but like mostly women. And I walked in, I have never felt more comfortable and included and inclusive and just cared for. Like, I truly felt like I was at girl camp, and I was like, I missed out as a teen going to camp. Like, this was great.
Well, the nice thing is we hopefully won't experience as much sexual harassment because there are so many fewer men. But I've got a question here from Alicia Swager. Sorry if I said it wrong. What's the best way to connect with people pre-conference? This is my first conference and I'm attending by myself. I literally don't know anybody. People, reach out to Alicia Swager on the app. And I would say this, for those of you that are newbies, why don't you guys hit up me, Erin, Maya, Crystal, Lauren, and some of the names you might know, and just say, hey, I'm new. Can you help me? And really what it's a matter of, and I feel like I'm pretty good at this, is I can't stand people being by themselves and sitting against the wall. So I just grab the wallflowers and I pull them in. So if you see somebody being alone, just grab them, just invite them in, and they may not be your cup of tea. That'll work itself out. Just know it could have been you standing there, and it could have been you in that environment. So Alicia, good luck. We'll look for your message.
Look out for each other, right? And if you see a woman that maybe, and this happens occasionally, where a woman had maybe a couple too many, go look out for her. Say, hey, I got you. You want me to walk with you somewhere? Or if you see an attendee that gets lost or they look lost, like, hey, you need some help. Like, that's what we're here to do, is looking out, being kind, caring, learning together. And I think we're all going to have a great time. And the fact that over 100 people joined us today to just talk about what to expect is pretty phenomenal.
So I met Sandy Halo, I think last year at this conference, and she just said publicly, I'll be a buddy for anyone. Her last name is Halo. She's very friendly, very outgoing. So find her on these apps. But truly, ladies, this is your time. Cancel your meetings, make a friend. If you plan on being in this industry for the next however many years, this is a great way to build a foundation. But Erin, I feel like we are coming to a close today.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you. Like, Tammy, I mean, you look great. I will look great for the party next week.
Too. You're very pretty.
Thank you.
I tell her she's pretty a lot.
I know. I really appreciate it too. But we can't believe you guys all listened today and you came along this wild ride with us. And we appreciate you being our guests for Bite-Sized and Bossy. We can't wait to see you next week at Women in Restaurant Leadership WIRL, at all the fun things that are going to be happening.
Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going.